In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Beloved seekers of the heart, fellow travelers on this fragile path back to the source, today we gather not to hear a speech, but to enter a silence. Not to acquire information, but to stand before a revelation. We turn our hearts to a verse that is not merely words on a page or sounds on the tongue, but a living cosmos, a descending mercy, a sheltering shadow. We turn to Ayat al-Kursi, the verse of the throne, the words, in their divine Arabic first. Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of all existence. Neither drowsiness overtakes Him nor sleep. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission? He knows what is presently before them and what will be after them, and they encompass not a thing of His knowledge except for what He wills. His Kursi extends over the heavens and the earth, and their preservation tires Him. And He is the Most High, the Most Great. Let us, with hearts bare and souls listening, step into this ocean, drop by drop. Part 1. The Foundation. La ilaha illa Huwa. The dissolution of the false. Before we are given a description, we are given a declaration. A negation that is the ultimate affirmation. There is no God but He. La ilaha illa Allah. This is not just the first pillar of faith. It is the ground of all spiritual reality. Every spiritual journey begins here, in this sweeping, terrifying, liberating denial. What does it mean to stand before La ilaha illa Huwa? It means to take every object of our misplaced worship, every false throne we have constructed in the chambers of our heart, and to dissolve it in the light of this truth. Our wealth is not our God. Our status is not our God. Our desires, our fears, our ego's endless narrative, these are not our gods. Our very sense of a separate, controlling self is a claimant to a throne it can never occupy. Ayat al-Kursi begins by clearing the stage. It sweeps away the idols of thought, the puppets of creation we endow with power. Before I show you the majesty of the true, you must empty your hands of the false. This is the great Tawhid. Not a theological concept, but an experiential unraveling. When this truth settles in the heart, a profound silence ensues. The chaotic noise of 1,000 competing loyalties stills. Only then is the heart a clean mirror, ready to reflect what comes next. Part 2. The living, the self-sustaining. Al-Hayy, al-Qayyum. Now into that cleansed space, two names descend paired like breath itself. Al-Hayy, al-Qayyum. The ever-living, the self-sustaining sustainer of all. Al-Hayy. Life absolute. Not life that begins or ends, not life contingent on a beating heart or neural impulses. This is the life that is the source of all life. Every leaf's green, every star's fire, every feeling of love in your chest, every spark of intellect in your mind is a borrowed ray from this unsetting sun of life. Our life is a flickering shadow. His life is the eternal substance. To connect to Al-Hayy is to feel the pulse of eternity beneath the transient rhythms of our days. It is to know that even when our earthly life expires, we return to, and have always been immersed in, a deeper, vaster ocean of life. It is a verse that instills both awe and hope, because it places us directly before the ultimate authority with no bribes or shortcuts. Because the one who controls all intercession is Al-Rahman, Al-Rahim, the source of all mercy. Permission is rooted in His compassion. Part 6. The all-encompassing knowledge. Yalamu ma baina aydihim wa ma khalfahum. He knows what is presently before them and what will be after them, and they encompass not a thing of His knowledge except for what He wills. We enter now the realm of omniscience, not as a cold, factual surveillance, but as a loving, penetrating, all-encompassing awareness. He knows your past, not just the events, but the wounds that shaped you, the joys that lifted you, the hidden intentions behind every deed. He knows your present, the true feeling behind your smile, the burden you hide, the sincere prayer you haven't even formulated into words. And He knows your future, all the branching paths of possibility, the endings written in His wisdom. This knowledge is complete. What is between their hands, their future-facing present, and what is behind them, their past? We live on the knife edge of now, seeing only a sliver. He sees the entire tapestry from beginning to end simultaneously. And then the most humbling clause. and they encompass not a thing of his knowledge except for what he wills. All of human science, all of our accumulated learning, every library filled, every hard-won insight, it is but a single grain of sand on the shore of his knowing, granted to us by his will. Our intellect is a gift from him, limited by design. This cures intellectual arrogance and opens the door to a sacred wonder. Every discovery is an unveiling of a secret he allowed us to see. Part 7. The vastness of the Kursi, Wasi Kursi Yuhu as-samawati wal-ard. And now we arrive at the heart from which the verse takes its name, the Kursi. And his Kursi extends over the heavens and the earth. What is the Kursi? Often translated as footstool, it is not the arsh, the throne, which is greater. The scholars say the Kursi is the realm of all created existence. Imagine the cosmos, all heavens, all earths, all galaxies, all dimensions of creation, and then imagine that all of this is but a small ring lost in a vast desert. That desert is the Kursi, and the arsh is vaster still. This is not a physical measurement, but a metaphysical reality describing transcendence. It is a direct assault on our imagination, which is always trying to contain God. Just when we think we have understood his majesty, the verse expands. The entire universe, which our science struggles to even map, is merely contained within his Kursi. He is not in the universe. The universe is in his dominion. This realization induces a holy dizziness, a fana, annihilation, of the mind. Our problems, our world, our egos shrink to their true, infinitesimal scale. We are living in a speck within a speck, governed by a majesty that is utterly beyond our spatial comprehension. Yet, and here is the beauty, this infinitely transcendent one is intimately close. Part 8. The effortless preservation, wala yuduhu hiftu huma, and their preservation tires him not. Not only is the cosmos vast beyond imagining, but he maintains it, guards it, preserves its intricate, delicate balance without the slightest fatigue. No strain, no effort, no diminishment of energy. Our greatest exertions exhaust us. Holding a heavy weight for a minute tires our arms. Sustaining attention on a complex task drains our mind. But he, al-Qayyum, holds the weight of all existence, attends to the trajectory of every atom, the need of every soul, the orbit of every star, without it being a thing upon him. It is his very nature to sustain. For us, this means the system of the universe is perfect, unfailing, and runs on infinite power. The sun will rise, the seasons will turn, the laws of physics will hold, not by blind chance, but by the flawless, effortless command of the perfect sustainer. Our own preservation, the beating of our hearts, the intricate immune system defending us, the very consciousness reading these words, is part of this effortless act. We are carried effortlessly. Part 9. The summit of attributes, Huwa al-Ali al-Azim. The verse culminates, ascends to two final resonant names, and he is the Most High, the Most Great. Al-Ali al-Azim. Al-Ali, the High, the Exalted, above all things in rank, power, and essence, unreachable in his perfection, untouched by the limitations of his creation. This is vertical transcendence. He is above of every how, everywhere, every why we can conceive. Al-Azim, the tremendous, the infinite in greatness. This is horizontal magnificence. His greatness has no bounds, no end, no counterpart. It is the greatness of perfection, of majesty, of overwhelming power and stunning beauty combined. These are not just descriptions, they are portals. To call upon al-Ali is to lift your concerns from the lowland of worry to the highland of his supremacy. To call upon al-Azim is to place your small story within the context of his grand, magnificent story. Together they are the final, dual note of the symphony, a note of awe and peace simultaneously. We are nothing before such grandeur, and yet we are safe within it. Conclusion. The verse as a shield and embrace. Why is this verse called the greatest in the Qur'an? Why did the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, say that reciting it upon leaving the house ensures protection until return, and before sleep ensures a guardian from Allah until morning? Because when you recite Ayat al-Kursi with presence of heart, you are not merely uttering words. You are performing a spiritual reality check. You are recalibrating your entire existence. You are 1. Asserting Tawhid, la ilaha illa Huwa. 2. Connecting to the source of life and sustenance, Al-Hayy al-Qayyum. 3. Entrusting yourself to a wakeful guardian. La takhuthuhu sinatun wa nawm. 4. Releasing ownership and anxiety. Lahu as-samawati. 5. Standing in awe before the sovereign court. Manda alladhi. 6. Basking in a knowledge that knows it knows you completely. Lahu. 7. Dissolving your ego in the vastness of his dominion. Wasia kursi yuhu. 8. Relying on an effortless power. Wala yuduhu hiftuhuma. 9. Being lifted and embraced by supreme grandeur. Al-Ali al-Azim. You are, in essence, weaving around yourself a fortress of light made of divine truths. The deviating whispers, waswas, of doubt, fear, and illusion cannot penetrate a heart fortified with these realities. You are also drawing close. For in stating his transcendent majesty, you are affirming his perfect qualification to be your sole refuge, your intimate beloved. So, let Ayat al-Kursi be your constant companion. Recite it not as a ritual, but as a remodeling of your inner world. Let it be the last thought before sleep, the first armor in the morning. Let it be your breath in fear, your solace in grief, your magnification in joy. For in its short span, it contains the universe. And in its contemplation, the soul finds its true home, in the shadow of the throne, upheld by the ever-living, known by the all-knowing, and loved by the Most High, the Most Great. May Allah make us people of Ayat al-Kursi, not just in recitation, but in realization. May He allow our hearts to become a kursi for His light, and our lives a reflection of His unwavering sustenance.